Hello everyone, Atou here.
And stuck in a door right here.
And we're back. A Nocturne tale. So talk to that soul that's behind you.
Alright, but this is my home now. I'm a doorway kind of person. Hey, you activated the switch. Now you can move on. Good luck.
So yeah, remember this place?
Yeah, this is where we had to stop and talk to the drunken ladies to get the drunken out of here.
Yeah, because like when I learned all too late that you could have used this method. Oh yeah, continue on.
Okay.
You could have used this method to quickly get out of here, but no, I just had to travel the long way back because I couldn't explore.
It's story time.
Yes.
Yay. There's a peephole. Will you look through it? Yes.
Yeah, sure, why not?
So is it possible to like super level in advance with the Amala network and see all the story bits before you can get here?
No, because you gotta remember, in order to like, get through the Amala, you have to collect the candelabrum, and those only proc at certain story points.
Okay, I forgot about that for a minute. By the way, while this loads, I just remembered something funny I brought up to you as a question a while back about Persona 5, which was a joke about the whole social links thing, and they're like, what if you got one after the point of recollection? I forgot that I actually did that because I didn't think you could be friends with Haru before the end of that point. In my first run, I wasn't able to get her social link started until after all that. I thought you couldn't until after all that. So, yeah, I didn't actually know what her thing was for, like, what's she gonna ask you about with her? You know, it's like, who is you helping you? Who was it?
Okay, it just didn't bring up size interrogation.
Yeah, like, I thought it was gonna, I was wondering would it do that, but yeah, they did think that through. So, that's an even better example of one person you can do it for. Because, you know, Haru's like the last person you can get as a friend or whatever.
I like Haru. I just wish she appeared earlier in the game.
Yeah, well, it would also help if the game was a little longer, because when you got Atou in Persona 4, the game has a lot more to go for. Because, like, Persona 3, it goes until, like, the end of the school year for the story's plot, somewhat. At least to the last month before March, either way.
I felt the game was long enough. It's just I just wish Haru appeared a lot earlier in the game because I just got to know like the other characters so much well at that point.
Like I said, if the game didn't suddenly have the story end at the December suddenly, sorry spoilers, it's like I was like, what? It ends in December, not March? Not before March? Where we have more time to get more character development? I felt like there was at least enough for her. Unfortunately, you know, it could have been more. Either way, at last you have restored all of the candelabra to the rightful places. I promised earlier that I would answer all of your questions, sparing no detail. It may have occurred to you that the candelabra were not in fact stolen. In truth, my master gave them to those whom he deemed worthy. I must apologize for not being honest with you, but there is a reason. If you listen to what I have to say, I am sure you will understand. Depends if I can remember anything you told me so far, damn it. The forces of light and darkness have fought throughout the universe, even beyond the flow of time. You mean the outside Amala network spirally stuff? Their battles have affected every living being in existence. Demons and humans are no exception, they have simply been cogwheels in the infernal machine called war. And the war still rages on even as we speak. However, one individual vowed to put an end to this eternal war. What am I looking at? I don't remember the bug looking like that. He decided to create a demon of chaos that would inherit his will.
Yeah, that's totally what it looked like. It's just, that was just like a still frame of what it looked like when you dropped it on you.
Jeez, it had a big old clamp mouth, and it went in my guts. Ew,
no,
gross.
In your eye.
Oh, ew. I mean, ouch. And into the final battle against the forces of light.
You don't remember how the controller, like, rumbled violently when it was, like, clawing into your eye?
The Skullomania crew, except for Dante. He's a guest. Hey, look at this awesome portrait. The fiends were prepared for the creation of that demon. He believed that by challenging and overcoming death 14 times, and Dante, the demon would become the fruit of destruction, the black hope that we awaited for so long. You know, if somebody could rip this screenshot, this would be like an excellent, like, long wallpaper for like 2 computer screens or something.
Yeah. One thing I'm wondering is, like, so does that mean in the Nocturne Maniacs version, they replaced Dante's darkened out silhouette down in the corner there, almost unseeable?
I was looking for him.
Like, at first I thought he wasn't in there because guest character, but no, like, he's actually down there. Like, did they replace him with Rido?
Well, then they had to redo this whole portrait. It looks like all they did was line up some models and snapshot it. Either way. Black Hope waited for so long. That is what he and my master planned. The fiends in the labyrinth of Amala were ordeals meant to test you. One fiend challenged you, unaware of the truth, while another fiend fell to you, dreaming of a future of chaos. Yes, this was all in preparation for the final battle. back to less ominous music. You have vanquished all the fiends, and now you stand here, just as he hoped. A demon with the strength to become the champion of chaos. Archfiend, will you lend your strength to us, for the sake of all who live in darkness? I cannot force you to help us. If you choose to walk the path of a human, then there's no need for you to return here. But if you have doubts about the laws of the universe, about fates, or the providence of the Absolute One, then you should come to us at the very bottom of the labyrinth. There you shall be born again as a full demon, body and soul. Let me conclude by telling you about a human who has crossed your path. One who is drifting, being kept alive by fate. It's my master's wish that you listen before deciding upon a path to take.
Did you already do like a bonus scene where she talked about the bell?
No, maybe? I forget, actually. Man, look at all that Magatsuhi. And this dude, the man I am referring to, it was known as Hijiri in your previous world. Previous? That world's still there? What are you talking about? He died, but as fate would have it, he was carried on in the Vortex world. Think back to when you first met him, to when the conception occurred. He was an inquisitive one who didn't know about the Amala network. Yes, he did lose his life, like all the others. As he was heading to the hospital where you already were, the conception began, and his life ended. Then who the hell have I been talking to? And all the things.
Him, of course.
But if he died before the hospital happened, because he wasn't in there...
Well, how about we don't throw in the questions during the middle of a story?
Alright, fine. Did it not seem odd to you that he was in the Vortex world unaffected, unchanged? It was all because of the mortal sin which he committed. He was a being toyed with by fate, condemned to carry the burden of atonement forever. What the hell does that mean? His punishment was to see with his own eyes all that happens in the world, to record the balance of events through all the ages. A task as endless as scooping water out of the sea with a cup. But then where? You can do that easily. If it's trying to empty the sea with a cup, then yeah, that's more apt. He was condemned to wander the infinite span of time. It was pretty awful. Man can change the course of his next life by his karma, but that privilege was taken away from Hijiri. Though his body may perish, his soul will remain unsaved. He must continue on with this task. His task. He lives a cursed eternal life, just like a demon. Watch and record the history of the world. Witness the eternity of the endless war between order and chaos. That is your punishment for your unforgivable sin. Do you understand now? By the will of Amala, he was given a life of torment, and emerged in the Vortex world without realizing that he had died. Soon after, your paths crossed again. That is probably because you have the potential to affect the course of the new world. So by accompanying you, he has unknowingly been fulfilling his destiny. Tragically, he has no memory of his sin, his punishment, or even his death. He believes that he survived the conception and has acted accordingly. As for the result of his efforts, you already know the outcome. In the body of a mannequin, Hijiri challenged those vying for creation, and he lost his body once again. Okay, I'll explain how he was doing that. Fake body, real soul. He is now on a journey to a new land of suffering, but his will can never be freed and his sin never redeemed. Do you want your life to be predestined as well, or would you rather choose your own actions? If you don't wish to be ruled by destiny, if you would prefer to walk with demons on a new, untrodden path, then please come visit my master. You can open the door ahead with the candelabrum I gave you. Will you come meet my master?
Why not?
Yes. My own choice is nice, as long as it's not like one of those monkey paw your choice, where it's like, well, yeah, it's your choice, but the choice if do you want me to be taking over your life now? Like, you can have that free will or have somebody else do it. It's like, shit!
Well, here's how dumb that choice was. Like, it was really just, I thought it was like, you know, will you fight alongside? It's like, I don't want to commit to that right now, but, yeah, so I chose ... It says, I understand, it's a lot to be asking you, you know, please return if you, like, change your mind, we'll be waiting. And then if, like, you try to go and you open the door, it won't let you. You have to come back here. It says, I'll meet with your master, and then it will allow you to open the door to go down there and meet to see if you really want to join them or not.
That's specific. Then we will be waiting in the deepest part of the labyrinth. I will open the way to the last door. Please use the candelabrum and come see us. We look forward to seeing you soon. Until then.
Okay, so what I heard as trivia is like, so they're saying that this Hijiri dude committed an ultimate sin and he's been cursed with like reliving for as his like eternal punishment. And from trivia I've seen, most people believe, or at least like the most popular theory that I've seen flying around on the net, is that Hijiri is the reincarnation of Aleph, or Alf, or Ali. Like, whoever the main character was from Shin Megami Tensei II. Because, like, oh, and like, I'll throw up a picture of it. It's pretty badass. One of the endings that you have is that you fight God and you kill Yahweh. But Yahweh goes on saying, like, as long as people believe in me, I shall be eternal, and that you know, your suffering will be like everlasting. You will die 1,000 deaths and like live 100 more in eternal suffering or something like that. Yeah. So using a combination of, oh, you know, God said he was going to punish you like this, and this fits the closest description when you're being as vague as someone committed a sin and now they're being punished for it. So I figured, okay, because no one else really fits the description. So I was like, oh, that sucks for him. That like he went off, fought Yahweh, won, but in the end, like he was just like put in this eternal torment, not even knowing. But then again, I'm wondering, can it be an eternal torment if they don't even know? Like at that point, you're just like torturing newborns. Yeah. Ah, boy. If only, you know, we were able to do this kind of stuff, like, it a bit more easier as we were going, like, through the game.
How do you mean? What would be easier?
Go down here, light the candle, it opens up the next path to where, like, you know, the goal isn't your next path. The goal is the door that, like, shortcuts you to the next path, so you don't have to go through all that other BS to get back down here for a freaking candle you forgot.
Now I have the final door open, finally.
Yes.
Damn.
Now you're gonna go back up.
Hopefully this isn't so hard. I managed to get a flawless run in that last one I did there. I'm surprised I did.
Okay. So then, like, you know, so yeah, that's the story of Hijiri. The thing is, with how everything's presented, I'm not sure if that was originally intended from the beginning. That, like, oh yeah, we're totally gonna hint towards that Hijiri is the reincarnation of the dude from Shin Megami Tensei II. And it's like, maybe we didn't hint that hard enough with, like, everything we did. So, you know, let's throw in this extra side thing.
You know, I feel like that there was another type of game that I saw before. It was like, oh, certain changes was that they actually put more lore because they didn't have enough before, so things are more better. I want to say that something like that happened to PS3 version of Vesperia, Tales of Vesperia, because they did add more story stuff. I just don't.
Yeah, but the thing is, when it came to, like, save the game, but when it came to Vesperia, like, they there were clear instances where it looked like there could have been more party members in a given spot or situation. But, you know, barring that, like, to me it almost comes off like, hey, you know what we could do? We could say that Hijiri had this thing going on to it and no one just knew or cared. And it was like, okay, well, it doesn't contradict anything that's been established, so cool. And it almost would have made me wonder, why can't I use the salvation bell on him?
Because they thought of this after they thought of that.
But, yeah, check into the peephole in the center real quick. Because, like, yeah, sure, look inside. I do remember that if you look in the peephole after getting the bell, then you'll get, like, a story cutscene related to it. But, if you have already looked, then it won't proc, and you'll just be like, oh, hey, what's up? Why are you here? Unless it's just going to be her, like, going, we'll be waiting for you down at the center or something.
I think we did cover the whole thing before with the bell, because, you know...
Like, it was just like her going over what's up with the mannequins and where they come from.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you, Ark. My master's resting right now. If you're here for information, I'd be glad to help you. And ask you about something. Alright. I'll try to help you as much as I can. So, what is it you'd like to know about? The vortex, the conception, Aradia, Hijiri, the mannequins, nothing.
Okay, so like you've already gotten all the, like the story bits you can get out of her from this point.
You should get going. I look forward to seeing you again.
Okay, so now that we've cleared that, let's go back to Asakusa.
Okay, fine. I was really looking forward to getting to the bottom of hell to find what's down there. Where does I need to go now?
I said Asakusa.
Alright. And that is... How do I get there from the Abyss? That would be the first question. Speaking of Abyss, remember when they randomly ported Tales of the Abyss to the 3DS for some reason?
Vaguely.
I'd actually forgotten they did that at one point, and I was like, alright, that's a thing now, because it had come out in America, which I wasn't expecting. That's the part that caught me more off guard. They bothered to port it.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know... Well, not port it, they bothered to localize it. I don't know what was supposed to be extra special in that game. I think that game had some American-only stuff that then got
go
added.
To the cathedral, register your demons, and you're going to have to drop, like, 2 of them.
But I think that what it was is that, like, didn't Tales of the Abyss get some American-only editions, and so I think that's what this game was for Japan, that like, hey, here you go, finally. And so, nobody to register, okay.
Yeah. Okay, then, yeah, just find 2 demons that you're going to drop.
So would one of them be Black Frost, because we're fusing Black Frost for some reason?
No. You can drop Black Frost if you want, despite how awesome he is. But, let's see. Yeah, you can part with Black Frost and one other person. Just tell me who it is, so I'll make a note, since, like, it's probably a demon we're trying to evolve.
Black Frost, I'm dropping him.
Okay.
And Red Rider, because I don't really need him.
Ah.
Anyway.
Okay.
I only need 2 spaces?
Yes, you only need 2 spaces. So, we're going to do a special fusion that you weren't able to do till now.
I only need 2 spaces, are you sure?
Okay, you'll need more spaces, but you'll just drop whoever you create.
Okay, you say special. I thought we were going to do sacrifice, but it's not full moon, so never mind.
Right.
Never mind, going. Whoops, wrong menu. Alrighty.
Okay. So then, let's create, let's see, who can you make, no. This computer's so aggravating. Okay, go to the fouls. This is like pretty much how we like fused all the demons we have so far. I have like this big old graph on like a little laptop computer that I have. I look at a category and we try to figure out what can we do to get a certain thing. So like now we can finally like show that off to the audience. So anyways, go to the very last one.
The very last foul?
Yes, the very last foul you have available.
Alright, it's this dude.
No, it's not.
Is it? Oh, it was okay. Well, I was already on Shadow.
No, the high. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the highest one.
Okay. So, anyways, what you're going to do is that. Well, actually, let me check my notes to see if that's even possible.
Level 72.
Because what we do is, we'd go to a category, and if we could, we'd get an elemental and use that to fuse up or down, like the ladder, if you will. So, okay. So. Okay, get that foul. I mean, that shadow. Right, summon a copy of that shadow. And then, with that, like, in your team, you need to get an elemental that is not Aquans.
Just get watchful, you never know. We might need that for some reason.
Okay, so fuse them.
Sakahagi, holy shit!
I'm kind of like, why didn't you recognize the soul that you were talking to, the businessman with like the updo on one side?
Because I didn't think it was this guy. I didn't recognize the hairdo. I didn't think I could fuse a named character.
Well, that's why I said that like the bell is such an awesome like a plot device. You know, revive bosses and like get them on your team.
And now he has anti-physical and dark might. I don't know what anti-physical does, but it seems cool.
What? What?
Yes.
Anti-physical?
I got it from one of the demons I was fusing. I'm Sakahagi the Foul. Yeah! You want me to kill you? Wait, you want to kill me some more? Yeah, sure. You
want to kill some more?
Damn it! I don't know what I'm reading anymore.
Well, let's take a look at him.
Okay.
Since you're just gonna put him on the wayside. Well, he was a foul.
Oh, okay. The ultimate foul? No, not. He's weaker than Shadow. Alrighty, well, foul
Wait,
Sakahagi. What?
Go back to his skills.
Okay, I got him anti-physical because it came with him.
That can't be what I think it is.
If it's just reducing physical damage, I'd expect that.
Okay, but I want to see what skills he came with. Like,
well, that's what he comes with. It was up to War
Cry, Panic, Mazama, Mazionga, Mabufu, and Maragion. So he has like
all the mid-tier hit-alls.
Okay.
Now I know what he would have probably done to me.
Okay, so like also at some point he can learn Void Force and probably some other like Void thing.
That's pretty good.
Expels Death.
I like that he is a boss. Expels, annuls those things.
Yeah.
And you can't no stun on him, so that's cool.
Okay, but let's check the profile on this dude.
Foul Sakahagi, an evil mannequin that was reborn, called back into the world by the Afterlife Bell. Because of his doings in the previous life, he has gained new powers. Cool. Well, he's covered in mannequin faces. That's not disturbing at all. You know, something about his bald half-head and face vaguely reminds me of a certain politician from a certain 5th Persona game.
Uh-huh.
Shido?
Oh, okay.
Shido? I actually was forgetting his name and I figured you know who I'm talking about. Well, anywho, he's got little moccasins on, or whatever the hell that is.
I'm actually a bit disappointed. So I can get this mannequin, but I can't get the other mannequins.
Hell no, but at least you get one.
I can't get like a cute girl mannequin who I can teach the meaning of love. And just have her like stand in a corner like repeating that meaning to other people, because the mannequins are just kind of weird like that. They just have to memorize stuff, and it's just not going to work out.
You know, if this game can be more detailed, this guy actually might look a bit more disturbing.
Yeah. So, or like you'd actually be able like to see through like the faces.
Well, more so that they would look less like they're messed around with paper bags just strapped onto them, because they don't even match skin tone. But then again, skin does get paler when there's no blood.
You gotta remember they come from other mannequins.
I know, and also no blood, so paler.
I see.
It is still freaky weirdo guy, but it's like I don't know.
Okay. Well, that's, yeah, you got him. So get out and go to skills and check what anti-physical does.
Alrighty, but I want to see what he can fuse into real quick. Oh, lots of things. Okay. I was worried if he'd even fuse at all.
Okay, so, skills, Sagahagi,
Decreases physical attack damage sustained by half. Oh, wait. Decreases physical attack damage sustained by half.
Who gave you anti-physical?
I want to say it was the foul spirit thing.
The ultimate foul has the skill anti-physical, and that can be put on other creatures?
Let's take a look, because I'm not sure.
If that's true...
Either that or Earthis for some reason, which I doubt. I highly doubt it was Earthis, because he does not... I don't think he has that. Elemental. There you are. No, yeah, it was totally the foul. Unless it just got given to him, because special deal. Shadow... Yeah, he starts with it. It's his main base one. He is the strongest foul, so I'm not too surprised he has stuff like these.
He resists physical and even has anti-physical.
Oh, shit.
On top of that,
he's got some Persona 5 crazy shit going on there with that kind of stuff.
Like, god dang, I'm just thinking, put that on Titania and she reduces all damages in the game by half.
Holy shit, you serious?
Yeah. Like,
where's my fairies? I gotta look at.
Like Titania
repel, expel, and death resist magic. Yeah, you're right. It's just basically is your wall.
Yeah, it's like, well, I didn't think anti-physical or like something that was nullified physical was anywhere in this game.
So now we have to do now is figure out how to get 2 fouls as an elemental, and then boom. Or something like that.
Oh yeah, like that can totally be done. So that's something to keep in mind.
Wait, no, not elemental. Mitama. What the hell's wrong with me? Elementals change up and down. Mitamas don't.
I figure, you know, get a foul, change
right.
it into...
You can make Mitamas.
Yeah, you have to transform into elementals, then you can transform them into Matamas.
I need to back out, because I forgot I need to get rid of...
It's too bad you can't fuse Matamas into Matamas. It'd be just too easy to, like, stack a deck of good skills at that point.
So, yeah, I actually was not expecting a boss character. He might be a keeper for later on. Like, seriously, I mean, look at him. Especially because I gave him anti-physical. Hey, at least he's one grade higher than what I would like to be, which is all the elemental skills and Dark Might. I can't get those. I mean, I could, technically, but, you know, not as good.
Okay.
He's cooler than me.
So, like, he's already registered and stuff like that. So go ahead and, like, you know, part ways with him. I just imagine him, like, you know, skulking off into a corner, and, like, as soon as you turn around, you just hear, like, a scream of bloody murder.
Thank God there's only demons around here now. I mean, we did first meet him in Asakusa, didn't we? Because they're like, there's a crazy guy killing people. I was like, that sounds too crazy. It's like, oh shit.
Okay. Now there's another person who you can finally fuse. You're going to need a Kishin. Go with the strongest Kishin that you have.
Bishiban.
Okay. Now then, according to my notes, when it comes to the Kishin clan, they aren't liked very much.
Of course not.
Otherwise, I think I'd be able to find them better. Okay, here we go. So then when it comes to Kishin, you're going to choose any elemental that is not Earthus.
Of course.
And fuse them.
Futomimi, I was not expecting that, but you do have the option to fight him if you take a certain route. So, that's neat.
Oh, look at his stuff.
He's got too many things, doesn't he?
No expel, no
he's
death,
everything.
no elements, and just resist physical right off the bat.
So he basically is also a boss. He's just perfect in every way.
Oh yeah, being the optional fight and all that. Focus, war cry, mute gaze, and lunge. That's actually kind of funny, the idea that he has lunge. But I guess when you don't carry around a weapon, sure, why wouldn't you have that?
I mean, looking at it, he's set up to be super good physical man. He also has might, jeez. What he needs is dark might on top of that. Let's get him with it. Come on! Oh, yeah, there we go! I just took a little bit. I mean, I kind of wanted to get him with Thunderclap. I don't want to waste my time trying to get Dark Might and Thunderclap. Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't even have to fight him, but now he's saved. I am Futomimi the Kishin. I have returned from the dead to help. Okay, that's very straightforward.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure that Sagahaki was the business suit man, while Futomimi was that kid who wished to knew what it was like to be loved. Alright, well, you didn't just exit out, did you?
Oh, sorry. Whoops, I forgot we're gonna check his journal entry.
Yeah, might as well, check him out right now and stuff like that.
This is super, super duper cool, though. I didn't expect there to be a thing of get these important fucking characters. That means I'm gonna have to do that to my friends later, if that's even possible. I mean, nothing's limited now at this rate. Alright, you wanna get him?
Sure. Kishin Futomimi, a good mannequin that was reborn, called back into the world by the afterlife Vel. Because of his doings in the previous life, he has gained new powers.
So basically the same deal you do. Let's get a look at our regular, different than looking mannequin dude. I don't know why I didn't ever think that there was there's the good mannequin and the bad mannequin, and therefore there is balance. Because they're the only ones that had a real sort of personality.
Yeah, there's not really a neutral mannequin except for
that's all of
the
them.
other. Yes,
that's all of them. What's wrong with you?
All of them.
Nice shoes you got there. They're a little too long for your feet, that you're thinking about it. They're also attached to your feet. Ew, gross. He's just a guy standing around with half a leg. I can really zoom out up here. Woo! Okay, I'm...
Yeah, it's nothing like the voids.
So, now that we've made these guys, how long until I can make the 4 angels? You know, the last 3 of the angel leagues. I don't know why I'm calling it that. Excuse me.
Well... One of them you make through evolution, and yes, you are high enough to be able to pull that off.
Well, I didn't doubt it.
However, the other ones you have to fuse together, but they're sacrificial fusions, and the earliest one you could make is level 84.
Damn.
You're 70 something, but thanks to that one spot, gaining levels ain't exactly all that hard. Okay.
These dudes could actually be a super cool-ass team with Dante at my side. It's yeah, we're the ultra anti-team. 3 bosses and me. I'm not too much of a boss yet, sorry. Am I supposed to ever be able to get anti-physical myself? I don't remember skipping over a skill like that.
I don't remember seeing anti-physical as a possible... Oh,
yeah, there's a Magatama for it.
Right. We forgot. We said... darn it. No royal wheeze, dang it. Okay, so the Magatama that you learned from was that one.
Yeah.
Okay, and the thing is that it has what was it? What'd you get from it?
I got Void Nerve from this.
Yeah, Void Nerve, but you're you don't need that, and so you just got rid of it, and now you can learn Chaos Blade. So
it's a cool sounding move. Probably super awful.
Want to go and learn it just so we can show it off this episode?
I don't know, it's gonna take a while to get some levels. I mean, I need 20,000, and remember how long it took off camera?
It's called editing.
Okay, fine, then I'll do it, since you don't mind cutting an hour off of this. Secrets revealed all!
We'll see you soon, everyone. Okay, so, you've gone off and you've learned the skill. So let's see what this Chaos Blade is.
That is a large percentage of my HP. Ooh, it hits everybody. So it's like Deathbound plus Chaos Blade. Whoa, that was slightly fiery and they're all confused. Oh wait, 2 of them are. That's pretty neat.
Ah.
That's pretty crazy. Just gonna pass. Which one button?
Interesting.
Let's try it again.
Let me see. Okay.
This is definitely a strong move with high critical chance. Definitely high critical chance. Oh, no, he knows what's up. I'm so confused. He wandered away. That's a good one.
Okay, I want to take a better look at what that move says.
Physical bind. Damage relative to HP, all enemies.
Okay, I know what makes it different from the other one. Death Force, but whatever.
Deathbound, that just multi-hit physical. Okay,
for one, this is guaranteed to hit all enemies.
Which is pretty cool.
Like, it targets them. The other one, like, it was random if it hit all enemies or not. But because of that, it could hit them up to twice if it hit them. And yours, this is one, the Chaos one. It has the ability of inflicting, like, a status element.
It can't
Whereas,
hit twice.
like, Deathbound was... Huh?
It can't hit twice. It just hit her twice for some reason.
Oh, did it?
Yep. And now I die. Hey, it came into play. Now I'm dead. It's so cold. Alright, she hit me with Glacial Blast. Hey, I was expecting it to happen. I was reducing my HP to nothing. Well, we've seen Deathbound. I mean, not Deathbound. Oh, you know the skill. It had Chaos and it was a blade.
Okay. So then, you're gonna go off, learn a skill you actually want to keep, possibly, and then we'll continue our adventures in the next episode.
Bye, everybody.
So for this 3, we have a Snake Clan member. Yes, this one.
Yorlunger.
Snake, Yorlunger. In Oceanian folklore, he is a giant copper python. He is known as the Rainbow Serpent because the water in the well he lives in shines like a rainbow.
That sounds cool. It also sounds like it's full of oil.
So I was like, isn't that bad for the water?
Yes.
To like have copper just floating around in there?
Probably, yeah. If I remember, there's like one of those, not state parks, is it a state park? What's it called? I'm trying to remember, actually. Also, there's an Oceanian people? Where the hell is Oceania? Is it the ocean?
Oh, you've never heard of Oceanus?
I've just seen the term to represent a section of the world. I just don't know what countries would be considered Oceanian, basically. That sounds like super mythical, basically. I like the later renditions of this guy because they light up his body stencil thing going on. So he's like super godly looking and stuff. It's pretty neat.
I personally like how he's presented right now, just like this weird 2-headed snake thing that has like a gummy pattern on him. I find it quite appealing.
They should make a trolley bright crawler worm that's just this, like it just goes rainbow color like that. You're a learner of bright colors. I'd totally buy that, even if they're this skinny. Now, I'd be one of those like 12-foot long gummies. You know, you ever seen those?
Yeah.
It'd totally be one of these. I'd love that. Got little like jelly beans for the eyes or something. That'd be funny.
Next, we go to the Beast.
Time to activate Beast mode. The new mode to PS4 Pro. That's a joke, because people call it that for some reason.
Okay, first is, yes, Sparna and Cerberus. Those are the 2.
I forgot to pick this dude up. Beast Sparna, a legendary bird in Hindu mythology. Its name means one with beautiful wings. I don't know. I think Quetzalcoatl's look better. It can create wind by flapping its wings and can change its size at will. Now that sounds impressive for a bird to do. You can just become like a giant bird. Just a big old one.
Ain't no power like the power to go kaiju.
This thing looks more yellow than Horus, and it looks like it's got the same tail feathers, actually. Like model sharing. Oh well. What are you gonna do with these flamingo feet? I don't know, they look like feet to me.
Kind of odd to realize that this bird's wearing a helmet.
Oh my god, I just realized something about this thing.
Huh.
Pet Shop! Dio's faithful fiend friend.
Is that a thing?
Pet Shop wears a fucking hat just like that, and he's a fucking bird that has like an ice stand, I think. No, wait, just crystals. Still,
Really?
I just realized this looks very similar to that.
Pet Shop has like some weird helmet like that.
It's got a nice little helmet hat like that. It's like 2 tassels, it's flat, it looks angry all the time. You know, because it's sentient enough to be a friend of Dio and enemy to all else. Pet Shop.
Well, I look forward to throwing up that as a comparison.
Pet Shop, he's the most OP character in that classic Capcom fighting game that was made by Capcom back in the day. No, seriously, I saw about it from Suyo and his bro playing, and I was like, Jesus, how do you fight this stupid thing? He's too fast and he's projectile spammy. And we're talking like from the top of the screen, too, because he can just do whatever. He's Pet Shop. Flashbacks. Sorry.
Well, Cerberus.
Oh, sorry, I thought we did that already. My bad. Whoops.
Ah, yes, a classic megaten demon of the series. One of the originals, if I remember correctly, back when the series was just like light novels. Anyways, Beast, Cerberus, the feared guard dog of Hades in Greek mythology. His parents were the giants Typhon and Echidna. He is the brother of Orthrus.
Ah, and then they fused together to become true Cerberus, the 3-headed dog.
Nah.
Oh, well then why does Orthrus have the 2 heads and he has the 1?
Well, Orthrus has 2 heads and Cerberus has 3 heads because Cerberus is the older brother.
Okay, then how come he has 1 right now?
Because art... Like, they actually poke fun of it in Rado Kuzunoha too, when you have Cerberus and Orthrus have like a conversation between each other.
I like his little side claws on the fronts of his feet. That's cool, I never noticed those. And his demon tail, demon spine, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I like this rendition of Cerberus because the eyes just look nice, being this empty demonic look. In Persona 5, he just looks like there's something wrong with him because he's got cat's eyes now, but he's kind of cockeyed. They're like looking everywhere, except for the same direction, basically. They don't look the same way.
Ah, I see. Oh, well, a little bit of megaten lore for those who don't know. In the original light novel, which Megami Tensei takes its stuff from, like, there is a dude who, using the demon summoning program, fused his dog with a demon. Like, he had this loyal dog, but, like, this dog got hurt and was more or less dead/dying. And it's like, I ain't gonna let my friend die. Fused it with a demon, with the demon summoning program that he developed. And Cerberus was born as a result. And so, this is the form that Cerberus had, if I remember correctly. Which is probably why he looks more like a dog fused with, like, a demon or something like that. Because that's where its origins come from. It's probably why the only 3-headed Cerberus that I can recall seeing in the series proper was Koromaru's persona.
Ah, yes, that's right. I actually forgot about that. So
Yeah.
Cerberus was in Persona 3 in 2 ways. Because if I remember, it was also a not usable persona. Thanks.
Yeah, it was a cheat persona.
But I remember people calling it the Universe persona because it was unavailable.
Ah.
And it's like, you shouldn't have this, therefore it is the ultimate.
Yes, this is the persona you have when using the universe.
Also known as Action Replay, or was it Codebreaker? Ah, well, whatever. Onward! Unless that was 3.
Yes, that was 3. So then we'll have to see 3 more in the next episode.